So in this video, we're going to look at how to make a thin wall tube that I'm going to be using as a spacer for the skeleton clock. First things we'll do is use a center drill to start for a drill. And then I'm going to drill a 3/32 inch hole, but this is a long hole. So you can see here I've got an extended drill bit. The total length on this is around 1.25 inches. So you see what you have to do. You have to go in there and peck, because if you get one of these chips caught onto that drill, it'll make that thin drill want to wander on you and not, stay centered. So you can see me kind of slowly going in there and making sure you pull those chips out. You can't just power through this. You got to do it slowly, and you'll get a nice straight hole that way. Now this is the trick. So to make that thin wall, this is like an 0.20 thousandths wall. You can see I take the whole cut at one time. And you get that right, and you just go down, and you'll see there's no stress on the tube that way. So you can get almost as thin as wall as you want, as long as you've got it in a collet, you've got it centered very well, and you do it in the same operation as that hole that you put in. Now this is long, so I kind of work through. I probably don't have to be as conservative. And when you do this, it's not great, because each time you pull it out, it is a new setup. So you'll see at the end this thing's walking a little bit, where if you did it all at one cut, it would be more concentric. But this is pretty good. You'll see it comes out very nice in the end. You can see just you keep that the same distance, and you keep powering down through it, and you get that consistent wall the whole way. I'll hit it with sandpaper along the way, just to keep this thing clean. But you can walk right down. You never have to touch the cross slide on this thing. And then once you get it, of course, we need to cut this off. So just take a cut off tube, and very simply, you see a little bit of wobble there. That's from that concentricity. And also the wall's thin, so if you make them long enough, they're going to want to start whipping around on you if it's not just perfectly balanced. So I'm cutting this off below where the drill was. So you can see it took a little bit of time. But now I'm pulling this over to shear line lathe. I measured it up, and I need to take off around 35 thou or 40 thou on this. So I came in, walked that off, and now I've got that spacer that you'll see how I'm going to use that just the right length. Touch it up a little bit, and got myself a part. Now you see it on the arbor on that center wheel, and I'm using that because this clock's going to have all bearings, and I'm using that to hold that center wheel in place, because that is where the hands are going to be mounted. And you can see the clock so far, the barrel mounted, the fusee, and the center wheel. I'm going to keep working my way up the train, but so far it's coming out well. I'm doing this all off of CAD, so you can see all the hills are pre-drilled in the frames, and it's all theoretical, and it works well with the accuracy. In this video series, please subscribe and leave a like. Thanks, and we'll be back soon.